Rock guitar god Eddie Van Halen, dead at 65. Here's 5 licks of his in 5 seconds. Later on I'm going to play that again, and let's see how the hardcore Van Halen fans can actually nail that in correct order. 5 licks, 5 seconds. But in the meantime, it came as a shock to me that Eddie Van Halen had died today. I knew, he's been suffering from some medical problems, but Eddie's not that much older than me, and I gotta say that Eddie Van Halen was one of those rock gods that I grew up with as a kid in high school in the early 80s. And I don't know about you, wherever you grew up, whether you grew up in Cleveland, London, Paris, Los Angeles, it didn't matter. If you were not familiar with the repertoire of Van Halen, you just weren't taken seriously when it came to rock music. Between that and AC/DC, Barry Manilow was having a hard time starting after Van Halen took over that rock god status. But as I say, it's a complete shock. Tragically, the throat cancer with the SIGs, kind of a secondary trademark to Eddie Van Halen, was him enjoying a nice smoke over a conversation. But still a shock at 65. I was only lucky enough to breathe the same air as Eddie Van Halen once, and that was in Vancouver at the BC Place Stadium back in October 23rd, 1986. That's dating me right there, because I was an adult in 86. But in spite of the acoustics being bad at BC Place Stadium, it was a performance. Sammy Hagar's voice wasn't that great, but it was the end of the tour. But I wasn't there to see Sammy Hagar because, let's face it, back then in 86, with Sammy Hagar taking over for David Lee Roth, we weren't there to see Sammy so much as we were there to see Eddie. And that's the reality of how profound Eddie changed, people who wanted to play guitar, and I was one of them. In fact, it was just actually a few months ago I was over at a friend's place, and he was showing me his Eddie Van Halen tribute guitar that he was building. We're all grown men now, but we still love Eddie Van Halen, and I guess we're always going to. So it's kind of a shock. Gonna have to play a lot of Van Halen for the next couple days to really, really appreciate what he did for rockdom and all the people that followed his footsteps, and the thousands and thousands of kids out there that learned how to play artificial harmonics. So once again, let's do 5 licks in 5 seconds and see who can actually get them correct and in order first. In the meantime, Eddie, I hope you're at peace wherever you are. Rock and roll.
Eddie changed the face of guitar.